kicking it in the shade, having a little bit of lemonade. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Now this is a lemonade, but this is no ordinary lemonade. This lemonade is actually going to assist my body in producing collagen, which at my age, after the age of 35, we all start to produce less collagen for a lot of reasons, mostly dietary. And we also start to lose collagen because of our hyperacidosis that we all suffer from. We are all highly acidic because we're eating cooked foods every day, and that is very acidifying. Not to mention environmental factors such as air quality, etc., etc. Okay, we are acidic. We're acidic as a human race these days. So the acidity dissolves the collagen, okay, because the collagen actually has minerals in it that can help to neutralize the acidity. Your body cannot be too acidic. Acidity cannot reach your blood. Your blood has to be at a perfect, very stable pH of 7.5. If it drops below that, then you're in big trouble and you'll probably be dead pretty quickly. So your body does everything it can to neutralize that pH in your lymph. Your lymph system is kind of your cleansing system. It's your garbage, your waste system. So it's garbage in, garbage out. When you're eating cooked food, you're creating acidity in the body. That's gonna cause your body to respond by dissolving bone and dissolving collagen. So today I want to talk about bone and collagen for the purposes of vanity, because beauty is my motivation. I don't know what motivates you, but beauty motivates me. And if you're paying attention to your beauty, then you're going to help the rest of your body as well. So what's in my lemonade today is there are two ingredients in my lemonade that I want to tell you about, because we're going to start talking about the collagen first. Okay. Collagen is like the gristle, like that you eat in the chicken and stuff like that. Like that, it's the gristly part. It's the part of your ear. That's collagen. This is collagen. You have collagen around in your fat pads in your face. You have collagen between all of your joints. It is a form of condensed. It's not fat and it's not muscle. It's collagen. So collagen is really important for beauty purposes, because that's what kind of holds your face up. It's the bands, it's like the strings and the bands and the tendons and the ligaments that hold everything up and hold everything in place. So you want to be, mindful of your collagen production and try to increase that as much as possible. Now, what I found out is that collagen is helped by the use of silica. Silica, I assumed all my life, I've always tried to have silica because silica is what they use in microchips. And to me, that indicates that that's an electrical thing that you need in your body, right? Because there's memory in the silica. It transmits information from cell to cell and from system to system in your body. So silica is extremely important, okay? So the highest form of silica that we know of today is bamboo. So this is one of the ingredients in my, I know that's backwards, I'll try to fix it, but this is one of the ingredients in my lemonade today is bamboo. And I'm finding out that as I'm drinking the lemonade with the bamboo in it, I have a very subtle effect from that is uplifting and refreshing, and it actually makes my respiration a little easier. I'm breathing a little more deeply and I'm a little more fully and more easily. Okay? We start to metabolize silica poorly the older that we get. So, when you're little, you're just a ball of, bouncy, stretchy collagen, like a rubber band ball or whatever. But as we age and with all of the stress and the environmental factors and our poor diets, we start to break down that elasticity that's in our tendons, our ligaments, and our collagen begins to break down. So, a big part of the reason that happens is because we do not metabolize silica as well anymore. And we also don't get a lot of silica in our diets either, because silica is is found in melons, you know, and that's a summertime fruit. So I think you get the highest form dietarily wise in melons, unless you're eating bamboo shoots, you know, like the Japanese eat the bamboo shoots and stuff. The Chinese people, the Asians eat bamboo shoots, maybe possibly for that reason, because they seem to have it all figured out when it comes to this stuff, you know. So bamboo and melons. So and I believe that silica is probably in some degree in every fruit and vegetable that there is. I'm sure there's a small amount of silica in it. So another high source of silica is in horsetail, and I just found out that this is not the highest. This used to be the highest back when I was getting involved in all this, but that's horsetail. And this is a plant that grows all over Washington like crazy. It's just everywhere. And you can make a tea with it if it grows in your area. You can look up horsetail, you can harvest it fresh, and you can make a tea out of it because the silica actually dissolves into the water, from what I'm told. Same thing with bamboo. The bamboo is the leaves that have the silica in it, okay? So not the actual stalk, not like the woody part, but the leaves, okay? So the next thing that's in my tea is pink Himalayan salt. And this is just such a revelation to me, because the pink salt has all of the minerals in it. It has 82 minerals in it. And, you know, when we're eating salt, we're usually just eating table salt, which is sodium chloride, which is only one mineral. One mineral, okay? And then they add iodine back into that to kind of like help it flow easier. Well, actually, they put iodine in it because people were getting goiters and stuff from being iodine deficient. So they said, well, let's put iodine in the salt. That's something everybody eats. So if you're eating salt, if you're eating any kind of processed food, any kind of salt, you know, commercial salt, then you're getting a little bit of iodine in there, and that's preventing you from developing goiters and an iodine deficiency overall. But this salt has the iodine located in it. It also has silica in it. Okay, this has 82 minerals. It has the magnesium. It has all the minerals in here. So the pink salt is a miracle. Now this, if you know anything about batteries and you know anything about like transmitting electrical signals through water, you know that it requires salt to do so, right? So I just want to say that your lymph system, which is the main wet, you know, watery part of you, is salty. Your saliva is salty, your tears are salty, your mucus is salty. You know, all of your secretions are they have a little bit of sodium in it, because that's what is required in order to send the signals all across the body where it needs to get information to. Okay, so this has prevented me from needing to drink a gallon of water every day, because I was literally up to a half gallon of water because I couldn't get hydrated no matter what I did. Not only that, but I was also constipated. And this salt in my water, I eat this salt in my water every day, and now I'm no longer constipated at all. Like, I'm so good, like, with that, and my hydration is way up, and I have to drink a third of what I was drinking of water before. So this helps to transmit electrical signals as well as the silica. Okay, so that's the piece for the collagen. You know, there's all kinds of collagen supplements, collagen this, you can eat collagen. Personally, I like to stimulate the body's own production of collagen instead of those, you know, inserting collagen in. Because to me, that's just like, I don't know. It does help though. It does. Beef broth and all that. I don't like animal products as much. You know what I mean? And that's really what most of the collagen things are based on, animal products and stuff. You know, because we're just eating the animals' collagen instead of developing our own. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is kind of a longer story, and I was like, I don't want to talk about this big long story, but I am going to talk about it. I'll just try to talk very fast, because this is the second part of this. This is about bone, okay? Because not only does your collagen break down as you age, which is what makes your face hang down to the ground, it makes your body shrink, you know what I mean? It makes you less agile and less flexible over time because your collagen is breaking down, but also your bone is also being dissolved by the acidity. Okay, so unless you're going to become a raw foodist, if you're a raw foodist, then, you know, glory, glory, hallelujah, congratulations, you have arrived, because the raw food diet is non-acidifying. Okay, so you're not dissolving your skeleton. All right. However, you know, and the Japanese people are really good at that. They have kind of a diet, almost they mastered the art of not dissolving their skeleton. Basically, their diets are very high in the nutrients that I'm going to be talking about. So you notice that they're strong and healthy all the way till they die. You know, they've faced a lot of environmental crises in their history. So you see some of them that are hunched over or whatever. But a normal, healthy Japanese person in their old age, up in their 80s and stuff, you'll see them standing up straight. Their head is as big as it was when they were 30. You know, because their skull is not shrinking, their face is not shrinking. They don't have peanut head because they're not having an acidifying diet. So there's two nutrients that I want to talk about in this bone health issue, plus one additional thing. I'll talk about the additional thing first, just because it's something that takes a lot of talking. So the additional thing is that we're acidic, right? We're acidic all the time. Even when I'm on my raw food diet, I feel acidic. I feel pain in my head, which whenever you're feeling any pain anywhere in your body, is because there's an accumulation of acidic waste located in that spot. And the way to address that pain is to alkalinize that area. Now, this is my favorite alkalinizing supplement. Okay, it's called Trace Minerals. I didn't bring it with me because I used to take this internally, and I was starting to feel too alkaline. You know, it was working too good, because this stuff is very powerful. A few drops goes a really long way. And I was starting to feel too alkaline, which was causing me fatigue. Okay, so I stopped taking it internally, and what I do now is I have it in a spray bottle here, and this is how I get my alkaline minerals in my system now. I no longer put them in my water or take them internally. You know, alkalosis is just as bad as acidosis. It's a dangerous health problem. So what I do with this is whenever I have pain anywhere, I just spray it. And what that does is it alkalinizes the area and the pain goes away. I mean, it's just that simple. Believe it or not, that's all there is to it. When you have pain somewhere, it's because there's an accumulation of acidic waste. The lymph is for whatever reason accumulated in that area. And it's just not draining well. And it's acidic. Okay, I get pain mostly around up in here, up in my forehead. So I spray this on my forehead and the pain goes away. Another thing that I noticed about myself was that my hair is thinning around these temple areas. You know, a lot of us get that, right? And that's because of acidity. Your scalp is acidic. Okay, some of us are, you know, our lymph likes to travel up to the head or whatever. I don't know. But that's my issue personally. So, you know, if your hair is thinning, you want to spray this on your scalp. You want to alkalinize your scalp to the degree that you can tolerate it, because it brings you down a bit. You know, it brings your temperature down. It brings your constitution down a bit, and it makes you more even. It brings your blood pressure down. This is the opposite of being acidic. When you're acidic, you feel very wound up. You know, you might feel really excited. You might feel really enthusiastic, energetic. You know what I mean? You're feeling all of those good things, you know, after you have coffee, for example. But then you know you're going to crash. And not only are you going to crash, but you're also going to have difficulty with pain as well. So anything that's acidifying you is stimulating you in a way that's going to cause you pain later and fatigue later. So it's better to keep your pH high. You want to alkalinize yourself using the alkalinizing minerals. So that's the additional thing. And this is really important up around here for me, because like I said, I'm in here for the vanity, and I'm talking about the beauty and the vanity. That's all I care about. Okay, so when I see this peanut head, you know, that's very concerning for me. I don't like these wrinkles, you know, that are coming up. All of this is because acidity. At my age, I don't need to have any of this stuff I don't need to have any of this stuff ever. I want to be like the Japanese. They got strong temples, you know what I mean? Their temples aren't sunken in like this. So I'm going to shut up about it now. All right, so now let's talk about the two nutrients that your body requires to metabolize calcium and to use calcium. You're eating enough calcium, okay? Calcium is in everything. There's nothing that you can eat that doesn't contain calcium. Even if you're eating processed foods, they have fortified it with calcium. Now, calcium absorption, on the other hand, is a different subject matter. And there's two very important nutrients to metabolize the calcium. Actually, I want to say all the fat-soluble vitamins are, okay? Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D, and vitamin K, okay? We're only going to talk about D and K right now because vitamin A and vitamin E are rather plentiful in our diet, and we usually get enough vitamin A and vitamin E. And you know, supplementing with vitamin A and vitamin E is a little dangerous, so we're just going to talk about vitamin D and vitamin K. Vitamin D is something, if you have light skin, you can get vitamin D from the sun. However, the ozone layer is damaged these days, and I don't recommend anybody getting in the sun for vitamin D, period. Okay, if your skin is darker, you're not going to make very much vitamin D anyway, so you know, you might as well supplement with it. So vitamin D supplements, I recommend using not the cholecalciferol that you see in the store, because it's oil-based and they put it in a gelatin capsule and stuff, and to me that seems more contaminated, but I don't know. I like to get my stuff from the drclarkstoreonline.com, and there's a vitamin D3 K2 supplement in the drclarkstoreonline.com. This one is very clean, it's very pure. The only problem that I have with this, which I discovered later, is that it contains vitamin C, ascorbic acid, okay? Acid being the key word. Vitamin C actually inhibits the absorption of calcium. So if you do take this supplement, you don't want to take it after eating. You want to take it far away from your meal, because you might not be able to absorb the calcium that you just ate if you're taking any kind of vitamin C. And also, it's an acid. So I do not condone the taking of acids, but I have a bunch of this, so I allow myself to have one of these every now and then, you know, because I like to rotate all my supplements anyway. I'm not big on supplements, but in this day and age that we're living in, the poor quality of food, supplementation is sometimes necessary. And for vitamin D, it's absolutely essential. So the vitamin D that I do take on a regular basis is raw D. You may have seen this if you go to Whole Foods. This is a wonderful thing. It's raw D. So that's vitamin code, raw D. Now, this thing has vitamin D3 and D2, okay? It has, but the nice thing about these supplements is that it has all these foods in it, which whenever I see a bunch of ingredients and stuff, it usually, you know, turns my stomach a bit. But again, you know, unless I'm getting a pure vitamin D supplement from the drclarkstoreonline.com, I can already assume that whatever I'm getting is contaminated anyway. So this has, and I'm sorry to build it up and then crush it down. I take this every day and I don't have any side effects from it. Okay, so let me just put it that way. I do believe that this is a pretty clean supplement. In order to push all these things together, all these ingredients. I mean, it has like 100 different foods in here, you know, alfalfa, chlorella, etc., etc. In order to do that, you need to use some kind of solvent to extract. But I don't know if they're using extracts or if they're just if they're using dehydrated substances, which would be fine, because maybe it's just dehydrated substances in a capsule. But whatever it is, I don't have any negative reaction to this, which is unusual for me. I usually have negative reactions to everything. So I endorse this. Vitamin code raw D3. The other one is K, and vitamin K, there's like, I think 12 different Ks. There's like K1, 2, 3, K6, 7, and there's like all these different K, but the main one that you're concerned with is K2, and I'm not sure. I think K2 is like an umbrella. It has K7 under it and some other things under it. The best way to get your full range of K is to eat natto. It's Japanese natto. It's a fermented soybean dish that's really slimy, and you'll find it off-putting a little bit at first because it's like funky, you know. But if you eat it with rice, like if you eat it with just like steamed rice, it is so good. Like, it is bomb. I personally am not eating cooked food right now. I'm not eating rice, and the natto is a cooked food as well. So not eating natto. And again, I recommend vitamin code, okay, once again, because they have a nice K supplement in the vitamin code as well. This one I haven't used as much because I take natto in a capsule. They do have nattokinase. It's called nattokinase, and it's in a capsule form. So if you don't want to eat the natto, then you can take the culture that they use to make the natto. You can take that culture in a capsule form, natto kinase, and I highly recommend it. You will notice that your jaw feels stronger, your bone. That's how I notice the difference, because I have tooth sensitivity. I've always had some kind of tooth sensitivity if I eat lemons or whatever. And I didn't know how weak my teeth were until I started with the vitamin D and the vitamin K, and especially the K, and especially the natto. I was eating natto every day, and I started to feel my teeth like strong. You know what I mean? Like the senses came back to my teeth, because your bone is alive. It's a living tissue. It's a dense living tissue, but it is alive, and there's nerves in there, and it's a sensory organ. And my teeth came to life. So vitamin K and vitamin D. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it's been informative. Enjoy. And I just want to explain myself. I mentioned that when I'm taking the when I'm doing the raw food diet, I get acidic. Okay, so I want to tell you that when you do a raw food diet, you will feel worse. Okay, you might feel a little more pain than you normally do. You might feel a little more pressure, because actually it's thinning out the lymph and it's cleaning the lymph. And so there are acids that are locked up in your body in all different kinds of places, in your joints, in your arteries even. For some people, there's tightly bound cholesterol nuggets everywhere in your body. There's stones that are acidic. Everything's bound together by this acidity. Okay, and when you start to alkalinize your system, your body starts to let go of those acids to get them out. And so you might feel a little worse. So I just wanted to tell you that, don't give up on your cleanse. Don't give up on your healing journey just because you feel worse. It's called a healing crisis, and you might feel a little worse in the beginning, but keep at it. And just in addition, since we're talking about collagen and bone in the face, I have some advice for you. Never let the sun touch your face. Thanks for watching.